Let's roast and salt some Gimbap'd. Hi guys, welcome back. We are going to transform some of this Gimbap'd that you probably bought to make kimbap, but maybe you're now sick of kimbap. So today, Oppa will show you how you can make the kim snacks that are salted and crunchy from this Gimbap'd. Nowadays, most Gimbap'd has already been roasted, sometimes 2 or 3 times, so they're nice and crunchy and crisp. But because they need to roll into kimbap without cracking, you can roast them even more to up their crunch factor. All you need is salt, whatever plain kim sheets you have kicking around, in our case it was Gimbap'd, and sesame oil. You want to heat up a dry pan. Don't oil the pan. Also, don't judge me for not having immaculate pans. We're going to roast, oil, and salt about 10 sheets here, so pour out a good amount of sesame oil into a bowl. Have your salt handy and just prep your kim making station. The pan should be nice and hot, but to show you what will happen if your pan is not hot enough, here's what happens when you're impatient. It'll still work somewhat, but not that well. Next, you will try to put on a light layer of sesame oil. I think this is too much, and I suggest using a kitchen bristle brush rather than silicone, or maybe even a smaller silicone brush will work better than this. And salt lightly. You'll find you get the hang of it as you do it more. Long ago, they did this over an open fire, and there is an urban legend of this old lady who roasted and salted kim in the market all day. She did it with so much skill, people were like, OMG, her kim is the most delicious, and she put her kids through college that way. I could have made up that last part, but yeah, roasting and salting kim is a thing.
너무 중간만 뜨거워 지금. It happens.
Some people who are really picky about traditional way of doing things will buy unprocessed kim and roast it and salt it right before meals too. Just kind of crazy, but to each his own. The good thing about kim itself is that it's a pretty unprocessed food product. And if you have any kim that is super not crunchy or sad and limp looking, you can refresh it easily like this with minimal ingredients. Roast it over high heat to crisp it up again. Instantly transforms into kim snacks that hit the spot when you have that salty snack craving. Now that the heat is high enough, you can just do light passes over the pan like this, and it makes for a more even roasting. If you're camping and you have a camping stove, you can do light passes over the fire too. We'll show you next time with our portable stove. And that's it. It's so easy peasy lemon squeezy. You'll know you've over roasted it if it turns a very dull green or yellow. And it'll also taste kind of burnt. But as I said, it's kind of a trial and error thing. You'll get the hang of it. Oh, and only oil and salt one side, because as you press them down on that pile, one side just absorbs the salt and oil from the one on top, if that makes sense. Obviously, you wouldn't do this for already oiled and salted kim products, like those individual packets of kim snacks that are at Costco now. But if you ever buy the plain kim sheets and you're like, how am I going to use the leftover 89 sheets that I only used 11 sheets of? Then this is a relatively easy alternative because, come on, who doesn't like chips? And these are basically seaweed chips. Once you're done, you want to cut them into bite-sized pieces, which are kind of like the size of a credit card. Full disclosure, it gets messy. Also, don't let your dog or cat eat the pieces that fall on the floor. Story time, our dog ate a big piece and it clogged her up inside and she was vomiting to get it out. Yeah, so have the vacuum ready. Keep in a dark, cool area and it should stay crispy for a few days. If it does become soggy, I've read that zapping it in the microwave on paper towels for 10 seconds at a time will crisp them up again, but we have yet to try it personally. Perhaps an idea for another video. For the days when all you have is rice, kim is a good hot rice BFF. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Too hot. Why is this so slippery?
Because there's oil on it. That's what makes it yummy. Cooks here.